and her long, pale arms are crisscrossed with ugly, shiny red burn scars. "I'll put you with Blue," Heather says, for the benefit of the whole bus, which is on the edge of mutiny at this apparition from prison folklore. "You two Class A's can chat." The completely silent bus erupts into hissed whispers at this. "Class A? Blue hair is a Class A? They can't be in here with us!" Correctional officers are never supposed to reveal our Wiley Stanton Index classification. If other inmates find out you're a Class A, it's a death sentence. Though I've been lucky enough to spend most of my incarceration in a single concrete cell in diagnostics, in my few brushes with General Pop, I've kept my head diligently down. But with these words, my cover is blown. Although where we're going, I guess it won't matter. Nobody folds her tall frame into the brown vinyl bench beside me. Her broad shoulders pressed against mine, so close I can see the loose threads blown by the slow, ragged breath through the hole cut in her ski mask. Officer Heather's hands shake as she fastens her in. And then, in a sly gesture as she turns to go, Officer Heather plucks off Nobody's ski mask. Nobody rockets forward, howling, shaking her bleached blonde hair over her face, which is a blur of hot pink in my peripheral vision. And the entire bus gasps as one. "What are you doing? Give it back!" I yell. "No non-regulation clothing during transfer," Officer Heather barks, fleeing up front. Nobody whimpers like a kicked dog as she strains to cover whatever is left of her face with her scarred hands. But her cuffs are too short and she can't reach. I look away and see the man who's just boarded the bus. The same man who met me in a holding cell in the bowels of Bellwood this morning. "Dave!" I scream to be heard over the wild girl beside me. "Dave, can't she keep her hat?" Dave frowns under his unmarked baseball cap. He looks from Nobody to Officer Heather and leans toward her, consulting. The girls in front of us take advantage of the moment, twisting around in their seats to gawk. I lean forward and hiss, "Turn back around. Right now." And here is the real difference between prison and high school. Here is the difference between being Signal Deere, loner goth, and Signal Deere, the girl from hell. The second I say turn around, they do. They whip around in their seats and hunch, frozen in fear like startled rabbits. Like I could somehow break loose from my cuffs and claw their shocked faces right off their skulls. Because I'm a Class A, and who knows what I can do. The brakes shriek and sigh as the bus rumbles into gear, and I turn toward the window as much as my restraints allow, to give Nobody some privacy. Still, her pain is inescapable, as is her harsh chemical smell, which gets stronger as she rocks back and forth, back and forth. They must hose her down with antiseptic instead of letting her shower. Might as well get used to it, though. Because if Nobody is the other Class A, then we're headed for the same place. Dave described it as a brand new program for young Class A's when I met him this morning. My first impression of him was that despite lacking any official insignia, he was more in uniform than the prison guards who herded me into the room. He was calmly cycling through calls on something like an Apple Watch as they cuffed me to the table and withdrew. I could hear him say, "Affirmative," before he pulled his sleeve over the gadget and fixed me with an appraising stare. When I'd asked if he was there for my appeal, he threw back his head and laughed. "You tested Class A on the Wiley Stanton, and you plan to appeal." In case you haven't been in prison recently, the Wiley Stanton is a profiling algorithm run on everyone convicted of a felony now. Sort of like a personality quiz. Which kind of criminal are you? Except you don't have to answer any questions.